Honours were shared on the second day of the LV County Championship match between Leicestershire and Gloucestershire at Grace Road, where Geraint Jones and Will Gidman both scored 50s to keep their side in touch with their hosts, for whom Rob Taylor and Nathan Buck excelled with the ball. The visitors began the second day of this match on 12 without loss in reply to Leicestershire's first innings score of 269, and under cloudy skies in the East Midlands, Chris Dent and Michael Klinger aimed to get their side off to a positive start, on a pitch where only Niall O'Brien and Ned Eckersley had lasted for any real length of time thus far. It was to be another day where the balance between bat and ball was just about right. Buck grabbed the first wicket by trapping Dent in front for 14 to end the opening stand on 32. There was plenty to offer the bowlers some encouragement. This beauty from Alex Wyatt was one of a number which had the batsman groping. Alex Gidman got away with that, but was soon out for 18, Taylor finding just enough movement to clip the batsman's stumps after he'd left alone. Taylor should have followed that up with a wicket of Hamish Marshall, who was spilled in the gully. It didn't really matter, as the Kiwi then edged this ball from Buck into the hands of Jigger Naik. Marshall went for 5 with his side on 71 for 3. Buck was causing Klinger plenty of problems with some excellent deliveries. Whereas a number of pitches across the country this week have been kind to the batsmen, this was one which ensured that they had to work very hard for their runs, and Klinger was certainly doing that. Until, after spending 2¼ hours at the crease, he edged a drive off Taylor to Naik, who held on again. Klinger departed at 88 for 4 for a battling 37. That brought in Jones, who's on loan from Kent as cover for the injured Gareth Roderick. He decided that the best way to deal with this surface and the moving ball was to play some shots, and play them he certainly did. Where the other batsmen had struggled, the former England wicketkeeper exploded into life. With a ferocious bat speed, he twice pulled Buck over the ropes in the same over, before he also took on Wyatt, smashing his third 6 in the space of just 8 deliveries. They were all wonderful clean hits too. His 50 was reached in a flash. It came off only 38 balls and was reached with his 6th 4 to go with his 3 maximums. It was as if the 37-year-old was turning back the clock to his golden summer of 2005. He was certainly making a mark on his temporary employers and indeed on this match. It was a knock completely at odds with the rest. And Jones wasn't done yet, as he continued to free his arms and play some scintillating cricket shots. It was a magnificent counter-attack, and one which was completely unexpected. With one boundary following another, he totally dominated a crucial 107-run partnership with Will Gidman, who was mostly happy to watch and admire from the other end of the pitch. He had the best view of the onslaught in the house. Gidman did play the occasional shot himself to support his partner. That partnership was made in only 18 overs, the runs coming at a very impressive rate. Leicestershire would have been worried that a drop in the deep off Naik was going to be costly, as Jones showed no signs of changing tack. He had no reason to. As it turned out, it wasn't costly, as Naik got Jones in his next over, the batsman missing a sweep shot to go LBW after making 93 in only 75 balls with 13 4s and 3 6s. Normal service was resumed after he was out with a score on 195 for 5, the deficit standing at 74 runs. Will Gidman showed again what a very useful performer he is for his county, with some lovely and very classy shots. There is little that this man does which doesn't impress the viewer. He had been joined by Benny Howell, who tried to pick up where Jones had left off by driving Naik down the ground for another 6. A toe-ended pull shot brought about his downfall. Buck with a good catch off his own bowling as he literally grabbed his 3rd wicket at what was another good day for the 23-year-old. Gidman was now the key man after tea, and he needed his remaining teammates to back up his good work. He and Tom Smith had taken their side to within 20 runs of their opponents before Taylor then took over. He had Tom Smith LBW for 13. Before he removed Will Tavares, who'd come in at number 9 with a runner because of an injury, in the same way in his next over. Before the innings was completed, Gidman did manage to get to his 50, his 2nd of the championship summer to date. He'd used up 119 deliveries in accumulating this one. 7 fours have been included, and he would have now been looking for more to try to get his side into the lead. Gidman is, of course, the leading wicket taker in the second division this summer as well. But he was left stranded on 52 here as Taylor removed his namesake, who nicked off to give the bowler a 5-wicket haul for just the second time in his career. He was to end with the best figures of his career, in fact, at 5 for 55. Buck finished with figures of 4 for 81 as he then had Liam Norwell taken behind off a short ball. Gloucestershire had lost their last 4 wickets cheaply to be dismissed for 260 and to give Leicestershire a lead on first innings of just 9 runs. They'd added 12 more to that before rain brought an early close to proceedings. There was time enough for Greg Smith to get into double figures with some aggressive shots. So this match is very nicely placed, and the third day will begin with the home side on 12 without loss in their second innings, which gives them the slender lead of 21. If anyone decides that Jones' approach was the best way to deal with this pitch, then we might have a couple of exciting days ahead.